It is Saturday night. We're about to head to Midpond in the morning for one of the Drift Days events on March 1st. Pretty excited to get out to Midpond. It was a goal at the end of this year to drive Midpond, and because the car drove so well at NFDF, between me driving it there and driving it back home and just how it performed at the track, I really felt like Midpond was a pretty realistic goal. And so we're going to go ahead and head over there this early in the year. I am going to just trailer the car over there. I really like to street drive it. But just because of life and the fact that it's Sunday and me still being in school, I don't want to have to worry about not making it to school on Monday. Over the weekend, when I got home, I finally got some studs in, which, as they all know, the BMWs use wheel bolts. So I got rid of those, put slip-on spacers to fit these Model 6s. I'm going to start running actual tire sizes. I was on 205 40s and I burned them right off at the event just because they're way too small. I got these for cheap off of a friend. I don't know how I feel about actual tires themselves. They don't really have much side bite. It's kind of weird to explain. But the car is definitely much more gripped up. So that's going to be a bit of a learning curve. I also had two 1535s on these 9.5s, and they were like super small. You couldn't hardly run anything but 42. But the car did feel good on them. But I bumped up to 225/40. Fitment's kind of chopped. I'm going to have to get over soon. I pulled these out, and it still rubs with how I like my caster, really right here. But that's an easy fix down the road. Yeah, overall car is going to be a lot more gripped up, more sidewall. I took it out to a little parking lot that I always kind of go test things when I do new stuff. And I don't know if it's where my dampening was, but I was kind of hopping a little bit. So it's definitely more gripped up. I can definitely feel the difference in the sidewall. I feel like there's a lot more, softness. I can actually feel the tires working a good bit more versus running those smaller sidewalls. So, yeah, looking forward to tomorrow, and hopefully I put on a show over at Midpond and develop a lot as a driver. 5 a.m., got the truck loaded last night in the car. Oh, you can't see it. We got all the fits back there on my rears. Run a little bit thinner than I did at IFO. Just because I found out I didn't need as much as I brought. I brought a good amount of stuff this time, but I didn't bring spare axles just because the manual was held up last time. There's a good chance they're finally going to go today, but we'll see. My hopes aren't too high. If axles break today, that's just kind of a sign that let's go home and hit it again, just because I am on a tight schedule for today and this weekend. But yeah, about to hit the road and watch the sunrise as I come through Montgomery, I guess. Went ahead and made a stop, checked the straps. I've got some really crappy ones. That one, it stayed tight, but that one came loose, so we redid that. The lighting is absolutely crazy with this fog. So Levi's getting some pictures. I figured I'd get a couple videos. The setup's pretty sick. Made it out to Midpond, past Tech. Went ahead, got a few laps in. Levi's out there doing media for today, getting everybody pictures. Pretty cool. Went ahead, went out, ran a few laps, ran off track. Look, whoopsies. Freaking looks like a mud truck now. Got my sticker, but yeah, got it nice and dirty on the second lap. And then after that, I kind of figured it out, realized I was hitting that corner back there way too hot. Started dialing it back and started linking. And yeah, this track is just like everybody says. It is absolutely incredible to drive. Well, we're gonna be loading up a little bit earlier than expected. I ran out of tire and flew off the track on the back, like big entry, that tight turn. I bent this wheel in and up, debeated one of the Model 6s and blew one of the Rev 9s from the impact. Did link it a few times. That was a goal. I'll throw the videos in there. But yeah, I ran out of rear grip, rear tire, and got overconfident. Wanted to throw a big entry and did it on tires that were pretty well done. So lesson learned on that. But yeah, overall, I'm not even really that upset about it. Those cheap coilovers gave me more than I deserved. So yeah, we'll fix it, and then we're gonna come beat Midpond next time.